Welcome, podcast fans. It's time for the What's Up Bro podcast show presented by j&jproductionstudios, the home for all your entertainment needs. All kinds of great topics discussed every week, a variety of different themes offered, special guest appearances, prize giveaways, and so much more. Stay tuned. And now, here are your hosts, Sam Crow and Big Hoss.
Well, hello there. Good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday, one and all. Welcome back to a brand new episode, another exciting episode. If you guys haven't been checking them out, shame on you, first of all. No, I'm kidding. But you're missing out on a lot of fun. We've had some great interviews, and tonight is no different. We continue. Just a reminder, in case you don't know what we've been doing, this is part of a new series that we started, and we have self-titled it 1001 Cryptic Tales, a Spooktacular Horror Series. And what this is we have reached out, we've gotten in touch with a lot of great and fine folks in the horror genre community, from actors to directors to special effects people, and A to Z across the board. And our goal is to obviously introduce them to a new audience, of course, learn some exciting things about what they do and all the great stuff, and try to understand and appreciate horror as an art form, as just opposed to the blood and gore and the death and all that stuff that we, the connoisseurs, people that watch movies and see these things, and we obviously, a lot of us enjoy, but we want to know more in depth what goes on behind the camera and so forth. So tonight we are pleased to welcome to the show a new face here, one that we're hoping that we'll see on a somewhat regular basis there. But tonight is his debut, and I want to do this right so I can actually. I have my sound effects here. Where are we here? There we go. We want a great pleasure to welcome Steve Livengood to the show. To welcome this board, Steve. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you. Thanks for coming on board here.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here.
So what we do, we love to do this, and this is a lot of fun because obviously you're the new kid on the block here. This is your inauguration. We're popping the cherry here, as they say. So what we're going to ask is who is, yeah. So we want to ask and want you to tell us in your own words, who is Steve? What do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Where do you live? No, I'm kidding. Just as much as you want to share, give us some details. Yeah, no, I'm teasing, but tell us a little about you, what you do, and what you're all about.
What is your social security number?
Yeah, while we're at it, sure. Yeah, no,
throw that on there.
Yeah, sure. Why not? No, I'm kidding. But please tell us whatever you're comfortable with. Let us know, who is Steve. Give us some details. What don't we know about you? What can we learn about you?
I am a former professional heavy metal drummer. I played in some death metal bands and doom metal bands for about 30 years until my knees and my back gave out and could not tour anymore. And I got into podcasting, which is 6 years ago. I created Reaper's Underground podcast, which is an interview show interviewing all underground artists in the independent scene, whether it's music, it's tattooing, it's sideshow, clowns, cosplayers, actors, directors, writers. I've had authors on. I've had just about everybody you could imagine. Wow. Some big, some small. As a matter of fact, I had David Howard Thornton on right after Terrifier 2 dropped.
Wow.
So I've had former members of Danzig on the show as well. Erie Vaughn and John Christ.
Did Glenn make an appearance?
Oh, fuck no. He thinks too highly of himself. He wouldn't show.
Well, yeah, there's only so much room. There's only so many egos you can fit in one room. So.
Exactly.
Well, based upon some of his movies, maybe he needs to promote a bit more.
And I just found out he's making a new one called Hell Mask, which is based off of another one of his comic books.
Wow.
I mean, of course, I'm going to check it out because that's just me. I'm going to check it out. Sure. I actually enjoyed his last one, which was Death Rider in the House of Vampires. Okay. And it was also
I gotta see that.
One of the final performances by Julian Sands before he died. It's really good.
The last one I saw was the anthology one, and it was
that was his first one.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got better
definitely
since
wasn't
then.
as scary as he said it was going to be.
Other than a lady getting covered in blood while nude, there really wasn't much to the movie.
No, I think that was the whole script.
I was going to say, I think that was the whole thing.
You have to know his comic books to know or even understand what you're watching.
That's fair. That's very fair, for sure. So I'm going to ask one other follow-up question. I'm going to let everybody else ask, but this is obviously another classic one. We ask everybody this, and I like to throw this out there because we want to hear it in your own words. But why horror? What is it about it? What drew you to it? Give us the lowdown. What was it that had that calling for it? Why you felt that bill there, I guess you could say.
Well, and that's always a fun one for me because my two biggest passions in life were born at the same time. When I was 8 years old, I heard Black Sabbath's Iron Man for the first time and said, I want to play drums.
Yeah.
My mom showed me Halloween 1978.
And
I said, I also want to do that.
What a combination. Why not?
That's a great combination.
Music came first. Obviously, going into school, I got into the school band. I started taking lessons. I learned all the Metallica albums, all the classic rock albums of the 70s.
Were you the drummer in high school for the high school football team?
Actually, I was. Yep, I did.
Most people start there. Yeah, that's what you do.
Snare drum all 4 years.
Yep. See, I didn't start till I got the bug. For me, it was the Beatles. It was the huge classic rock. And obviously Ringo, that's where I got my itch to play. I started playing when I was 18, but same idea, you get involved with school stuff and, put the band together, play with some guys. I really want to get back to, I haven't kicked the drum, no pun intended, for quite a while, But you love when those passions are born. And same thing with the horror. It's kind of nice how, and I recently got into it with Black Sabbath with Ozzy because I just watched the documentary that they had for him on there, and it's so interesting when you see behind the scenes, like where these guys come. I mean, obviously we know them when they're big, but when you see the story, and again, even Ozzy's beginning humbleness, coming from very meager beginnings.
They were
exactly
guys who literally were born in the ditch.
Yep. Yeah. So when you see that, you kind of like, for us, we kind of correlate with that, which is nice. But but that's awesome. That's great. So what do you guys have? You guys have questions? I want to defer to some of the co-hosts here.
Amber, go ahead, sweetheart. What do you
Ladies first. Okay. No pressure.
No pressure, right? No pressure.
We're just throwing you under the bus. Take your time. Hurry up.
I can jump in if you want. If you want to think of it.
That's what she said. But anyway.
No.
Right.
What was the difference between the transition of being a heavy metal artist to a horror actor?
Well,
ooh, good one.
That is a really good one, actually. Transition wise, I was like, where do I start? How do I jump in? So what I started doing because I started my podcast mainly doing independent bands that are out there trying to get their stuff out. I knew what it was like going down the streets of where we're going to be playing, and we're tacking up our advertisements. And I said, well, send me your stuff. Let me hear it. If it grabs me and I feel like everybody on the internet needs to know about it, I'm like, I'm starting to grow this audience, and they love metal, but they love horror also, which is where the face paint came from and all that stuff, because I created a horror host character known as Reaper. And I started getting some submissions from independent directors, and they're like, hey, I'd love to come on the show. I want to promote my Indiegogo and, this film project that I'm doing. I said, sure. So I started getting directors on there. And after talking to a few of them, they're like, we love your energy. You talk really well. You're quick-witted, and you're scary as hell. You got a great look,
But in a good way, yeah.
In a good way, yeah. They're like, would you be interested in doing a film? And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Wow.
And I started out in Attack of the Corn Zombies. I was a zombie in that film, featured zombie.
I was gonna say that's different. Yeah, you got to accentuate that part. Featured, not one of the background. Yeah. You were like camera time. You're on screen. I see you. Yeah.
So it was a strange transition to answer your question, because I just kind of dove in and was like throwing caution to the wind. Let's see what happens. Maybe somebody will see it. So naturally, doing all the promotions that I do behind the scenes for the podcast and my character, I was pushing that movie like crack. and they put it on YouTube first before they got any kind of distribution for it. And that damn thing, in like the span of 3 months when it came out, got up to like 25K. That's huge.
Wow. Yeah.
For an independent film and its low budget.
For sure. Yeah.
And then
wow.
suddenly, I added it into my appearance tour that I was doing, because I tour with Villain Arts Tattoo Convention, and that was before I started the horror circuit.
Okay.
And I was selling copies of it, and every time I went, sold out. So it was kind of weird. But there's only one way to do it, but to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody throws you a lifeline, you take it.
I love the link you have between heavy metal and horror, because I have long believed that the audience bases of both are very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
They're seen as scary from the outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're scary from the outside. They wear leather. They might have beards, makeup. But once you get in there, you find that they're your people, and they're most loving, caring, accepting group of fans.
100%.
And I mean, nobody is like that more than Rob Halford. I
hate being kicked out, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a StreamYard thing, so I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's on it's got to be internet. Maybe it's a weak signal. I don't know. We don't do it on purpose.
I am in my truck today because my house is very noisy.
Well, it might be the signal. So I'm just saying. I don't know.
So you got in wanting to be Bill Ward, but you look a little more Vinnie Paul to me than Bill Ward.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and in my makeup, everyone confuses me with Sid Haig as
Sid Haig.
Spalding. I get it all the time, everywhere I go.
With all due respect to you, you look a little more sturdier than Sid did.
I mean, just to be even part of that conversation, because I mean, the man is legendary.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I take it as like the best.
I mean, I saw him in the big bird cage and was like, wow, that's fantastic. But so the question is this: when you got into music, who was your main inspiration? When you got into acting, who was your main inspiration?
You took my question.
No,
mine's out.
I was gonna say, I think he kind of answered part of that in the beginning, but
yeah.
There's two number ones when it comes to music. Two number ones was Ozzy Osbourne and King Diamond.
Okay.
Those two artists were
legendary,
the most influential on me. Because I love, and it also kind of gravitated obviously into my love of horror, because both of them were very horror inspired themselves.
Yeah.
Especially back in the early 80s.
Oh yeah.
For acting, C.J. Graham, who played Jason Voorhees in the 13th Part 6, and Sir Christopher Lee, who was the greatest Dracula
ever
screen of all time.
I agree with you.
Nothing against Bela Lugosi, but
I love Bela. I love Frank Langella, but to me, Christopher Lee is Dracula.
He is. Now, I will say, I also enjoyed Gerard Butler and Dracula 3000. That's just a little more of a newer take.
It was fun.
I mean, he's not, I wouldn't count him as an all-time, but, it wasn't a bad role. So.
Well, as long as he was better than Leslie Nielsen.
Well, that
was
really
awesome too, though.
It was
hilarious,
but it was built more on comedy, I think, than the horror. So it was a little bit more of a mixture. But
it was supposed to be, yes.
Yeah.
1,000%.
What would you say now? I know this is fun too, because I can kind of correlate just because obviously the drummer mindset too. But thinking about it from the acting side, like, what do you find the challenge between the two? I mean, obviously music is different than the acting, but like, do you find there's a greater challenge over one or the other? Can you kind of translate the drumming to your acting, or do you kind of have a whole separate mindset when you're kind of separating both, I guess, in a manner to say it that way?
What I find most difficult is, I mean, some characters you can just grab a hold of, and it's like, I can get myself there and not have to think about it. And then there's characters that, that I've played where I really had to kind of work at it, because I did a spaghetti Western with Felissa Rose.
Okay.
And I had to play a cowboy who was addicted to opium. being someone who's never even tried drugs and I don't like them anyway, I'm like, well, I know what it's like being drunk. So
Correlation, yeah.
Just channel what it would be like. I'm just kind of wobbling up to her, hey, I got your money, give me what you got. I know you got the good stuff. So that was a challenge. And I mean, it was definitely nervous too. It's fucking Felissa Rose,
Yeah.
That was the first time
that's awesome.
Somebody bigger,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now I guarantee you made her make the face, right?
One more time.
What face?
Make the face of sleepaway camp.
Oh. No, she was an angry mom in that.
An angry mom. Okay.
So she was more pissed off and like not happy with me in the scene. So I did, by the way, have a reaction.
Is that movie streaming? The spaghetti western?
It is not right now. It's doing a theater tour in Missouri where we shot it, but it should be going to streaming shortly thereafter.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. The first thing I thought about was when you said that was, and I know he said this in an interview.
Because my Wi-Fi sucks.
That's okay.
In my truck.
But Carrot Top, when he made a cameo on The Hangover, and I think it was The Hangover or something. When he said, they said to me, well, what do they want me on the show? What movie? What do they want me to do? And he goes, well, it's like a cocaine party. He goes, well, I could get some that would be funny, but no, I don't. So he's like, we took sugar, like pixie sticks. He's like, we did sugar. He goes, we could do that. Is that okay? But like trying to I haven't done this stuff, so I don't know how to react. I mean, we can,
Right.
So he's like, we're snorting we're snorting pixie sticks. It's actually it's pure sugar. It's not cocaine.
Right.
But he's like, he goes, I went to the director all serious. He goes, I don't do this stuff, right? But you still want me in the project? He's like, but okay. And he goes, well, and that's why he made the joke. He's like, well, I could get some real coke. That could be funny, right? But again, we have there's certain limits.
Yeah.
But it's funny, and it shows the knack of you have to have that method acting where you again, that's what you said. You're used to being the drunk, so you kind of equate it to a feeling of the inebriation, or your wherewithal is gone, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. But
so here's a question: when you're drumming, you can feel the energy of the crowd. When they're into it. You can see it, the look in their eyes, the air drumming, the air guitar. Can you get that also kind of high or reaction while you're acting?
I do, because even though this is one of those things I think I was unholy blessed with, was peripheral vision. Mm-hmm. So I see the look out of the corner of my eye from the director and any of the other cast that is, there, and they're like, oh, this is a new guy. We've heard so much about him. And you can just kind of see the reaction on their faces. Some are like big smiles, or, I got some laughs out of them and stuff like that. So I kind of get a high from that. Actually quite a bit, because I don't know what people think. What's that?
To add on to Bill's question, what fans do you prefer? Horror fans or heavy metal fans?
Well, that's kind of almost a little bit of a magical trick, even of itself, because every horror fan I've ever met is always wearing a band T-shirt. So
two for the price of one, yeah.
People, a lot of the time, but the thing that I have noticed lately is that little kids come up with their parents now, and they just become enamored with me, and then finding out that their parents are big horror fans. I'm doing a lot of selfies with the kids.
So I've got a question that's not quite in the genre, but I'd love your opinion. What's your opinion of the legacy bands that don't know when to stop? Or how should they know when? Like, Rush is out there right now. Rush is killing it. Motley Crue
deserve it. They deserve it because they lost the great Neil Peart.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But is one of my favorite newer drummers.
At their age, they got it. But when, as a musician, do you know, okay, that's like, it seems like Ian Gillan will never give it up.
Some can't, they just, it's when, especially if it's a lifestyle, you can't, it's just hard to walk away from.
It is, and the type of energy that they get from these large ass crowds.
Yeah,
that's a feeling that no drug or alcohol can give you.
Mm-hmm. No.
And I think that is their addiction, and they don't know how to do anything else but
after.
that. So
they're
the
like
moment
athletes,
they
you know.
put
You
it
just don't know what do you
down,
do after when you
they don't know what
retire.
to
Like,
do.
you know, you
But
play football, you play
obviously-
basketball. You know, you afterwards you could do stuff, but like it's not the same as when you're
It's not the
performing.
same. Nope.
So what do
Yeah,
you do? You know,
I remember seeing Deep Purple about 10 years ago at a casino.
Oh wow.
And Ian had, I swear, every song he had to go off stage. And I figured he was getting an oxygen machine. I don't know what he's doing at the end of every song. And him trying to hit the notes of Highway Star was embarrassing. Like, it was embarrassing.
There is and Ozzy talks about this in his Last Rites book, that doctors prescribe a certain type of steroid that's in a spray form that helps like open up the vocal cords, kind of like lubricates them or whatever, and they're able to sound so good, which is why Ozzy sounded so good all the way up to
for so long.
I love Ozzy. I love Ozzy. Like, I really do. Crazy Train. I that's my favorite song.
It was rough though. I mean, the final concert was, I mean, it was a great tribute, but just the fact, you know, he can't stand anymore, and you could tell he wanted to get up and do.
He kept trying to get out of that. I cried like a baby.
Yeah, it was hard to watch because I'm like, he's still the rocker inside. He still has it. His body's telling him you can't do it, but his spirit's like, I still want to. I want to jump on this stage. You know.
He wants to really connect.
Ozzy Osbourne could do something like Suicide Solution or Mr. Crowley, but then he could do Changes and So Tired. Like it was
well, and it was crazy that he started off back to the beginning with I Don't Know, which is one of the most challenging vocals that even vocal coaches have said. They're like, wow, I cannot believe that he was able to hit those notes. But if you noticed, in between songs, he was and just kept going the whole time.
Well, and then there's a reason why he opened with it, because his voice was as good as it was going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, he got real emotional halfway through and kept trying like fighting tears back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's going to make it tough.
When he was doing "Mama, I'm Coming Home," they showed the crowd, and there were two women just weeping openly.
There wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. There's so many memorable things. Like there's moments like that you just don't forget. That stuff that you just don't, forget because it becomes iconic. And it's fair to say Ozzy, just like anybody else, like the Beatles and Black Sabbath, these are, and even Led Zeppelin or people like the Stones, these are pillars, icons that have really, these are pioneers that really helped engineer music itself.
Absolutely.
I mean, not everybody might agree with that, but that's how I feel personally as a musician there. You just see what they put into it. You see and again, when you see behind the scenes, like I watched a lot of Ozzy stuff from talking about early days to see the struggles, the addictions, the things that we don't see, like as fans, we see the performance, the personas, the stage. We don't see the hardships behind closed doors, that like the things that he struggled with. Alcohol, he struggled with so much, drugs in there. It is part of the lifestyle, but when you get caught up with that, it can take a toll. And it's impressive though, the fact, especially in his case, he was able to hold out for as long as he did, because some, it can, like the Janis Joplins, for example, they die young, or people, sometimes you don't make it. So it's really a true testament.
So you have to check with the Youngblood. That made me cry.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's get down to brass tacks, Steven. What is your favorite horror heavy metal movie? Because there are lots.
That's the easiest question of them all. Trick or Treat. 1986.
Gene Simmons,
Gene Simmons and Ozzy were both in it.
Ozzy playing a preacher.
He was.
Great.
Yeah.
See,
he nailed it.
He did, yeah.
I know that they distorted the facts, but I liked Lords of Chaos.
I'll tell you, my only problem with Lords of Chaos is the fact they didn't tell the real story.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was not 100% factual. The murder, yes, but some of the facts were not. I mean, they fucked it up.
They were Hollywooded.
And you don't grab Americans to play Norwegians. I'm sorry. It would have made so much more sense to get some of the great Norwegian actors and actresses to play in that film, and I think it would have been more believable.
That's like Keanu playing in Vampires.
Oh, dude, he was the worst Jonathan Harker ever.
I mean, you know,
as
they say
I
there's.
love Keanu.
I do too, but there's some roles. You know, there's what they call the swing and the miss, where it's like I could think of at least, and I'm not a professional anything casting for that, but I'm like I could think of at least several other options that would have been so much better. You should have made a phone call at least.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure my kids would have been better at it.
Which musician played well in that film was Tom Waits. Tom Waits
was awesome. I think he was the best Renfield there ever was.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Sorry, Amber,
honestly, it was Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, and Sir Anthony Hopkins that made that movie what it was.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
You
sure.
said what?
No,
More?
it was
We didn't hear you.
It was Sir Anthony
Bram
Hopkins'
Stoker's
hair.
Dracula.
Yeah. It was Hopkins' hair or Gary Oldman's hair that made that movie.
That too. Suddenly Dracula has a butt wig.
A first of many times, but hey, you know what? It never fails. So
right.
Now, seeing as you're a B movie actor, what is your all-time favorite B movie?
It's gotta be Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Evil Dead was 1,000% an independent film on the smallest budget possible with a 2-man crew and one little cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
That was magic.
Yep. Yeah.
So what's the highest amount that you put into a horror film?
As far as what?
Budget-wise. Budget-wise.
What's the highest? What's the highest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what was the most expensive horror film that you? That
I've been a part of. I was gonna say because I've never invested into any movies. I mean, I occasionally buy a perk to help other productions out, but I don't do like the producer credits or anything like that.
Right.
It would have been Grind, and Grind has been the biggest successful film that I've been.
Oh, nice.
Is that streaming somewhere?
It was about $50K that went into that film.
Okay.
Is Grind on Tubi or Fossum?
Fossum. It's currently on Fossum. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Should be coming to Prime and possibly Tubi. I don't know. It's all up to Mark Cantu on that one.
Yeah, it's all the semantics, the contracts. There's all these. You got to acquire rights, and it's a whole. You know,
it's a thing. It's a real thing, and I know I'm going to be really looking at things once I get the contract done.
And that's fun too. You know, you think about it. There's similarities. There's similarities with when you do movies. The same thing with music. You know, acquiring rights. You have to protect the work, and even like, I always find it interesting. Like, it was just as an example because I love the movie when I saw it when they did when Marvel did Deadpool and Wolverine. It was the big smash a couple years ago. I know Ryan Reynolds said, you know, they wanted to use Madonna's song in there, and they're like, she never grants the rights to use it. And I remember the story was just funny because he said he along with some of the executives, I think the director for the film as well, I think Sean Levy was the director for that one if I remember correctly. They went and talked to her and explained, you know, this is what we want to use it for. They had to do this whole like sales pitch to just to get her to give her blessing to release it so they could use it.
I believe
and he's like, you know, I'm scared, like, pardon my French, like I'm scared shitless because he's like, we could do this. And they had like this production meeting beforehand before they were scheduled to go to her house and all this stuff. And they're like, you know, we don't know if she's going to hate it. You know, we have this presentation, like we don't want to do it a disservice, but we want it to be, we just feel it's the right track for some of this stuff in the movie, you know? And, but it was just funny because they go, you know, we go in and we totally expect her to say, no way in hell, you know, she doesn't have to grant it. So we had this huge presentation. It was like a 2-hour meeting, something like that. And she was like, oh yeah, sure. You know, in the first 10 minutes, she's like, yeah, no problem. You guys won't, you know, go right ahead. You know, no big deal. But like all that stress and like just for what I think like 5 minutes in the film, we need this track or 10 minutes here and there. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of things behind, you know, just things like that. And And obviously protecting, your own work and things that you're doing, because obviously people still pirate, which is still a thing, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we're in a new generation now, but
on the internet, somebody will find it.
Yeah, that,
and then they'll, put it.
So here's another question. Being generally a B actor, everybody who's worth their salt as a B actor has been in some sort of Amityville film. So when is yours?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't. I know this is really, really kind of strange for a B actor to say. I don't really get down with the really ridiculously, stupid B films. Like they're just so bad that they're so funny. I've done one, but I really enjoyed it because Daryl Hook, who was the creator and director for Stoner Snake, I dug the vibe because even though it's like ridiculously silly, it kind of reminded me of like some of the parody films, and of course Mel Brooks as well.
Oh,
and
legendary!
I felt like this was creative enough and original enough that I could get behind it. But if it's like, Amityville Sharknado meets, whatever, I just can't see myself doing it.
No.
Oh, I would never watch Sharknado. That was so stupid.
Right. So if somebody does a serious,
would you have wanted?
I would want to do it.
Would you have wanted to do street trash?
Yes and no. I mean, if the script is good enough, I mean, because there's no one that's going to remake it.
Yeah.
And if they made somebody with a bigger studio, I don't know. I probably would do it just because it's one of those films that really kind of, made indie films stand out and say, look what we can do.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of Lloyd Kaufman films like Toxic Avenger. He was like, oh, nobody wants to give me money for this? I'm going to show you how it's done. And he does it. I mean, that's very pioneering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Give me Nukem High any day.
Oh, Nukem High is fantastic. Love it.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, and I'm sure you probably agree too. Like that I don't want to say like I know certain actors. We talked about the question of would you take any job just to get in a film? Or is it important to you that you are in a professional mindset where you hone the craft of it has to be the right script, it has to be the right, like you said, the right vibe. Even if, and I just use this as an example because we're going to have this gentleman come on the show who does he's a special effects guy. He does like all that. He makes and one of the things he said when we had we did a pre-meeting with him as well. He's currently doing a project that he was hired, I guess, part of a production company for a movie he wanted. He's building, it's like a werewolf kind of display he's doing. But he said, I'm sitting here looking at it, and yes, I'm getting paid for it. And the studio, they're kind of pushing me because they have a deadline. They want it. They love it. Yeah. But he's going, you know what? I artistically, as I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm willing to tell them, you know what? Take the money back. I'm not happy with it as the creator for it, and I don't want to just put it out there because I could make money from it, but then I'm going to go back watching these films going, wow, did I really just sell out for that? Because it's not to my standards. It's not what I saw. Right. And so, but it's like for in acting too, like, you want to have the right fit, right? But I mean, would you ever consider, like we talk about, would you consider like unless the role wasn't right, are you ever going to think you'd be in a situation where you say, I'll just jump at a chance, even if it's not quite what you want?
I've done that a couple times. And I've been kind of hilariously a little bit known for it is I make a good asshole cop. I've done that role at least 3 times, and most people know that I am not a fan of the law enforcement. So I find it more as a satire when I play a character like that. I did that again recently, which actually I have to say I really wanted to play this role. But I play a cardinal priest in the movie The Slab.
Okay.
I'm the last person you would ever see.
I was going to say, I can't wait to hear the sermon.
Well, there's no sermon, but I really dug the scene though, because I'm basically not granting my other priests wanting to have granted and the right of exorcism for this family. And I'm
Sure.
like, no, it's going to be a scandal. We're already looking bad. I was like, oh, dude, I love that because that's kind of how I feel about the priesthood in the first place. You know, they're always trying to cover up and not be a part of things and all that. But yeah, I did it on a whim. I did. I took a cop role, I want to say about 3 years ago, but I ended up loving it.
Oh, they're good.
That's kind of the funny part. It was also a comedy horror, which made it
Okay.
kind of fun too. And they were like, feel free to embellish on the script. And I love when directors
Okay.
if you want to, you know, make it your own, put a little spin on there.
Yeah.
I had them fucking rolling. And
Method
it turned out
acting.
a good
Yeah.
experience. And I thought I was going to suck at it.
See, that's
You
Now,
kind
the
of pulled
one
a
thing-
Eugene. You pulled a Eugene Levy. You kind of just went with it.
It kind of seems that way.
yeah.
At least to me.
What's your do's and your don'ts in a film? So say if they wanted you to do nudity, would you?
Nope.
Nope.
Darn. I was hoping for
Has to make
some
sense.
tastefully full frontal.
Right, I
Darn
was
it.
hoping
Has
for
to
it,
make
yeah.
Oh man.
Has to make sense. That's,
Okay.
that's a conversation I've covered quite a bit on the horror barbecue.
I imagine so.
Like
Yeah, there's a lot probably.
It's
Yeah.
like if you're throwing a lot of useless nudity in a film, that means you're not confident about your script.
Right.
The script is going to sell it. You're trying to sell it based on the skin in the game
Yeah.
to drive everybody to go watch it. You know what I mean? I'm
But it
not
makes no
saying
sense for the
all
story
films-
though. You're just
Yeah,
yeah.
if it doesn't make sense in the story,
Yeah.
I mean, why
Why
is it
do
there?
it? Yeah.
But then, how would Linnea Quigley have a career?
She was also a great actress. Still,
Well,
is
she
a
is
great
absolutely.
actress.
I'm not knocking her acting, but
She could.
Pure
I think,
talent.
honestly, she would have made it either way.
Yeah.
I think she just
was in
happened
her-
to be like, "Oh, this
she
could
was
be
in
a
her-
fun role." You know,
she was in her 50s still doing shower scenes.
what's wrong with that?
Some people can do it. Listen. If
She's got it. She's got it.
if Cassandra Peterson could go as long as she did as Elvira, okay. Now I know she has stopped appearances because she said, as much as I have my God-given natural body, I'm also getting to the age where it's hard to take myself into the costume. So respect that. But the idea is she went for quite a long time. I mean, what, 35 years in that care, something like that.
Hell yeah.
When you have it,
Well,
you have it.
I'm not against people if they're good with it. They're good with it. I just wonder if it's people that rely on that rather than having the acting skills.
Well, I think that's the same thing. Like you're saying, like
some
with the selling out, with when you're making, it doesn't make sense. You're just trying to get your skin flashed. Like I could flash anybody and be like, hey, I could get my 5 minutes of fame if I did that. But is it really the talent behind it? Or are you just trying to catch everybody in the moment? Like that paparazzi moment kind of thing?
Well, I
I
feel
think-
like there's directors that are trying to pay homage to some of those great, like, we mentioned a few trash horror films that we grew up with. Yeah, sure. It's expected that there's going to be something in there, right? But if you're just padding for time,
Yeah, big
I just
difference
feel
there,
like
right?
You must not be confident in the story.
There you go.
What I wanted to ask you is
Because
the
you can
transition-
always simulate.
So we'll let
You know what
Bill
I
go ahead, ask the question, and we're going to pause for a break. Then we're going to transition. But go ahead, you can ask your question. Go
I
ahead.
wanted to ask you the transition of the horror industry itself.
Oh, sure.
Because in the 70s and 80s, it was slashers and it was Roger Corman's Boobs, Blood, and Beasts. And then we
Roger
get
Corman,
into,
though, he's awesome.
we get into the 2000s. It's found footage, exorcisms, supernatural, and this meta horror.
Mhm.
What do you think of this transition? And do you think it's going to get back to practical effects and more story writing?
I honestly believe that we are going to. I mean, I don't think Hollywood is going to do it. I just don't.
Mm-mm.
They don't have any original ideas left.
No,
All
they just
the
keep
original
copywriting and
creative
redoing all
stories.
things.
Yep.
Yeah, the good storytelling is coming from the indies, and Terrifier proved it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love the Terrifier. I love them, but there ain't a lot of story to it.
Well,
The first
that's your
one
pure.
did.
Yeah, That's your
And
pure
then
blood
part
and gut
2
score.
kind of like expanded it.
It did.
Yep.
But part 4 is going to bring it home because they're going to give you
Yeah.
some backstory on Art himself.
There you go. Well,
least
what
from what
we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a short pause break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about your project that you got going on. We wanna dig a little deeper. We want to see if we can what we can get out of you. Maybe we can spill some tea. I don't know if there's anything we can divulge here that hasn't been. We love to have firsts, so maybe
a little bit of titillation. What can you give us?
Well, that'd be your bang, but either way, we're looking for some. We want to get some more details, so we're gonna chat more. But we're gonna everybody a quick break. Great bathroom break, snack break for anybody at home watching if you need it. We're gonna come back for more. I'm just going to put everybody on mute real quick because it doesn't automatically do that, just so that we can have that for the commercial. We're gonna run a couple commercials, a couple songs for you guys. But don't go away. We still got Steve here. We're gonna chat more. You want to know about his project? We're gonna dive deep, so stay tuned for that. Don't go away for that.
Play my song. Play my
What?
song. Play my song.
I can't do that without getting copy written on there, but I'm gonna try to find an alternative for that. So we'll get there. I have a project in mind for that. Matter of fact, that you say that, so I'm gonna see if I can find something equitable. But we are gonna play some stuff that is YouTube approved. There we have licensure for that, and we have some commercials we're gonna do too. So stick around, stay tuned for more. Don't go away. If you like this so far, hey, go tell your friends, tell your family, come join us because we got plenty more coming up next, right after this break. So don't miss it. You'll be sad that you did. So come on back, stay tuned for more. We'll see you shortly, right after this.
Are you looking for some extra cash? Are you wondering if that old jewelry or coin collection sitting around is valuable? Then visit Borger's Rare Coins and Fine Jewelry. Call or text owner Jeff at 973-390-4606 for a free evaluation, no pressure to buy or sell consultation, and answer any questions that you have. Also, be sure to visit BorgersRareCoins.com for further detailed information, as well as buying and selling directly online. In business for more than 50 years, Borgers knows the true value of not only precious metals, but their customers as well. A small, independently owned establishment that offers that family quality feel. You'll be absolutely thrilled with your experience. Don't delay. Contact Borgers today. Located in Hellertown, Pennsylvania, and proud sponsor of the What's Up Bro podcast show. We hope to see you there.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it. Do what you want, do what you want, do it.
All right, just give me a second here. We're going to get everybody back on. I do have our little break thing I got to add. I totally forgot about that. I will get that in. And there's the right photo, number 1. Let's make sure we unmute everybody. Can't unmute. Okay, everybody's back there. Perfect. Welcome back. If you guys are just tuning in, we're having a great interview talking with Steve here tonight. Another great persona from the horror genre there. If you guys missed the first half of the interview, go back. You can check it out. This will be available for streaming, of course. Obviously, you guys can check it out. It'll be up on YouTube, and we have it on a couple other socials as well. So we're going to continue on here. So now we have to ask. I should have put it on here. Give me 1 second because I do want to flash this here. Not that. Yeah, not that.
Nothing incriminating.
No,
Yeah,
this is also
nothing
we
incriminating.
yield to forget that this is also YouTube, so we have to be, Now I did.
No, I know.
Exactly. So now I did collage this together, but we want to talk about one of your current projects. But I thought this photo came out really well. This is just some of Steve's highlight shots. We have a lot more we're going to share. It was just something we wanted to throw together for this. But this is your current project you're working on, right?
The one at the top, yeah.
Yeah. So let's dig a little deeper. So tell us about more details. How did this come about? What is it about? Give us the lowdown. Give us the 411, as the kids say.
It was the dirty deed.
There you go.
Okay. So this is a short story that I wrote about 6 years ago. This was before I even started acting. It was closer to about the end of my metal career.
Okay.
I just had this idea because I love horror naturally, and I absolutely love anything that's like demonic or supernatural, occult, like that style of film.
Naturally.
But I wanted to do something different though. And I took my love of mafia movies and blended it together to create all of the characters that you see in that photo. Each character is, I mean, they're not minor characters at all. Like all the people you see there fit into this puzzle.
Okay.
And of course, you know, Halloween, I love the fact of the small town of Haddonfield.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, the production company that I do my podcasting through, I created Black Flame Entertainment 5 years ago. And I was like, well, yeah, we should call the town Black Flame Hills. And that's where that
Why not?
And it's the idea of it's a small town. It's, you know, very Christian. I feel so sorry for them. But anyway.
Point taken.
So all of a sudden, this bar just pops out of nowhere. And it's kind of like a goth club. Story short, I love The Sopranos.
Okay.
And one of the things that I thought was hilarious about The Sopranos was Tony Soprano always hung out at the strip club, right?
Mm-hmm.
Known as the Bada Bing. So I was like, okay, so I need a bar that these demons who are like a mafia family, okay, that's their base of operations. That's where they hide. Because they have physical forms, but we still look very pale.
In comparison,
demon-like things.
Yep.
We look a little different. And the whole idea is because I owned a couple of bars a number of years ago myself, and the one thing I've always noticed is that random people will tell their entire life story to a bartender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
You get a couple of drinks in them. The next thing you know, they're like, yeah, my boyfriend just dumped me, that fucking asshole, all that stuff. And I'm like, well, the bartender is a master sorcerer who works for the head demon, which is me, the character of Floros. And they serve something special. Drink wise, that every human would find very unassuming. This is not the natural or not the usual, spirit, if you will.
Sure.
Ends up kind of duping them into making contracts. And the story, that's why I call it a revenge tale. The main character has a boyfriend that she called shooting for the 10,000th time. And tells the wrong people that she basically wishes she could get revenge on him. All the while, there's all these disappearances and murders. Bodies are starting to pile up. And she is the head writer of the Black Flame Hills Gazette. So she's an investigative journalist, and she's trying to help solve the case of the Black Flame Hills demon. They think it's one person and it's a serial killer.
Okay.
But what they find out, though, that is not the case.
Ooh, look at that.
That's not even giving you
That's very
any of the
interesting.
brilliant turns that I have.
So spilling the tea without spoiling, I like it. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think I want to see that. When are we going to see that?
Seeing as you're a supernatural guy, I'm going to give you 3 films, and you rank them to the order that you like.
Oh, okay.
The Exorcist.
All right.
The Omen. The Changeling.
Oh, The Changeling. Oh, my goodness.
Or else you'll get the treatment that David Warner did in The Omen.
Only
Damn,
after you get it first. Yeah.
that is so tough. So I'm going to go Changeling, Omen, and Exorcist as the
Wow. Bing, bang, boom. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I was reticent about giving you The Exorcist because I figured that would be number one.
And I find it interesting that that is most people's number one. One of the ones that is actually at the top of my list when it comes to like, supernatural occult, style films like that. Prince of Darkness.
Mm.
Oh,
Yep.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
to me was far more terrifying. And I really enjoyed it that much more. Plus, Alice Cooper was in it, and he was badass.
Well, yeah.
The other one I like that doesn't get mentioned a lot is Race with the Devil.
Ah,
I
okay.
really like that film with Peter Fonda.
Well, and there's a lot of, I know this is probably bad, but a lot of my favorite, like, because there was like a satanic craze
Yeah,
in
Satanic
the
Panic films,
70s. And they were just making like cult films left and right. There's
Yep.
so many of them too. I really loved Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good one.
Fucking phenomenal to me. But as well as
I was going to say the Devil Rides Out. I
Slaves
love
and-
that film.
which one?
The Devil Rides Out with Christopher Lee, Hammer film.
Yep, that was really good. The Satanic Rites of Dracula.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee. That was wild, man.
Yep. Yeah.
But the use of the imagery, it's not even so much the stories because it's always the same thing. It's
Right.
this cult, and they're trying to raise one of the 72 demons in the Abrahamic demon index in any given film, right? But to me, it was the imagery, the way the camera caught the ritual fire, and you see the people, in like dark hoods, and they're kind of like chanting, and the music was very instrumental in a lot of those early films. And I just love that. So I will say that there is a scene in there that is kind of an homage to that.
Interesting. Wow.
Because, once they got somebody hooked and they've inadvertently signed their contract, they get taken through a special ritual. And there's going to be just flashes of this. So that's kind of my homage to that, those great movies from the 70s.
Well, you got to have, there's something about the classics. You got to have that, which obviously, it makes sense. So here's the burning question. And I think everybody's probably thinking the same thing, but so once this project you have comes out, film, all that stuff, we're done. What would be next? Do you have anything on the agenda? Is there anything that we can I don't want to say spoil, but anything that we can hint, wink, wink at? Share your diary on the airway kind of thing without giving too much away kind of thing?
I can definitely say that when you watch the end of the film, it'll be the end ?
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't want to give away the twist, and it's something that most people aren't going to see coming because most horror films you feel that the final girl is going to be the one that walks away.
Wow.
Okay, dun dun dun.
Boom. That's
But
Do
a
you
couple,
have
just a
something to
couple of,
share? Oh yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, does Amber have anything to share?
oh,
Share no. Ask yes.
that's awesome.
Normally, I will say we're usually better at production meetings for this because usually we have a system, but sometimes things just kind of write themselves. So
That's
I didn't
just
mean to say
how it
ask.
is.
I meant to say ask.
catch your breath, take your time. Take a minute. Do you need some water? Do we need a fan? Come on, you can do it. Okay.
I'm feeling all verklempt over here.
Is it
I was
hot
good
flash?
when you started that. Okay, so what would you tell the audience now if they wanted to pursue their career in either heavy metal or acting?
Oh man. Well, the thing is, nothing happens without having a dream. So if your dream is to become a musician, and honestly, depending upon genre, whatever, I'm not saying you have to be, the best at your instrument, but at the same time, don't limit yourself to just one genre of music. Because
Right.
if it's one thing that we see today is a blending of things. Sleep Token has done that. They've taken the art of the R&B and put metal right there with it, and people fucking love it. Same with Ghost. That's another more of a pop metal band. I almost call them pop rock, but they're still in the metal, category.
You're still in the
Hold
universe.
alone.
Yep.
Oh, that too. So, you don't have to limit yourself. But I don't know. It's hard for me to advise musicians today, especially metal, because the business is so different
Yeah.
than it was in 1997 when I
Right.
started my metal career. Spotify wasn't ripping you off. You didn't have all the streaming services not paying you anything,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of how many streams you get. So that's why I kind of have like a black flag attitude about music business today. Because if you're
Yeah.
going into it thinking you're gonna make money, you're not. That's
Yeah.
just the real of it. But I will say, and I actually think it's a bit more rewarding, this is kind of coming from the misfits now.
Mm-hmm.
Do it all yourself.
Right.
Do not sign a contract. I don't care if somebody says, "Oh, hey, I'll distribute your stuff." No, do it yourself, because it'll be more rewarding and nobody can rip you off. But you definitely have to know how to work with promoters and
Right.
how to not get ripped off by them or the bar. And if they say, well, the bar needs to take 25% of your merch sales, run.
Yeah. That's like that's where they kind of, like you say, they scalp you, because it's like,
It's
now
it's true.
maybe initially, when you're, well, let's say younger, but when you're starting out, and it's the same realm, I find at least, trans from music, like in podcasting, things like that, anything that you're streaming, doing, when you hear like cha-ching, like opportunity, right? So, oh, well, I'm going to get paid for this. But as they say, that rule is the house always wins. So you don't realize the payback that you're giving when it's like, oh, well, I only brought in this much. I thought it was because you're going, and that's why you always get the same thing. Music business, movies, anything is when they say, when you sign that contract or have something down, you always want to read the fine print.
You do.
Because when you don't do that, and we said this, I can say this too, because obviously you be in the music realm,
Mhm.
we talk a lot about how a lot of these artists, they, for lack of a better term, they sell their soul because they want to be famous, but they
Exactly.
surrender creative rights of their content. That's like if you wrote a song, maybe
Yep.
you had songs that you did, and you sell it to a record label because you obviously want to make it. But what you don't read, or maybe you don't care at the time, is you're signing over rights and controlling rights to your stuff,
Mhm.
that they can say, listen, we had a deal and you signed it over. Now it might not even be your song or songs anymore. They can change everything, a complete 180.
They totally.
And I think the sad part is, we say anything in the art form is, you kind of sacrifice yourself. Like maybe you might get famous, maybe you'll make some money, but is it really the quality? Is it really your music? Is it really your film? Is it really your artwork? Is it, those are questions I don't think a lot of people ask until it's too late.
Mhm.
So, when you think about that kind of stuff, especially from artistic side, like how would that make you feel, or how do you feel? I mean, maybe you've had these conversations with others about it, or know people that have done that, but
I have. I've had those conversations with a lot of indie artists that I've had on the underground. And they all kind of feel the same way. It's mostly bands nowadays aren't looking for that big payday. They want to get with a small indie label that can help them get their vinyls done, because vinyls sell like hotcakes right now.
Yeah.
And if you got a core group of fans that love your music, having it on vinyl, they're going to buy it. They're absolutely going to buy it. And by getting a distribution deal like that with a small label, they can cut the cost of what it actually, because I mean, one vinyl could be like $250 to make, you know what I'm saying? And then you're going to replicate it. You're almost looking, they always have their minimum. So you could be anywhere between $500 and $1,000 to make them. And then CDs, I mean, honestly, bands can do that themselves. There's CD Baby and, all those. I mean, even indie directors go to, I'm trying to think of what that crap. There's one that they go to that do DVDs. They do the whole packaging. They get all the inserts correct.
I
I
can't think of it either. I think I know where you're going with that too. I can't think of it either.
Yeah, it's like everybody, it's the go-to, and
they go to it because that's just everything's accessible. It's all done cheaper. In one clip. It's cheaper, right? That's the big thing. You got when you're starting out or you're just getting it, obviously you don't have a lot, so that makes sense. The other thing I wanted to ask, my other question, just to kind of, since we're talking about like-mindedness, obviously we share the like-mindedness, the drumming side, but as the podcasting side, because I want to just touch on that a little bit. What has that been like for you? I mean, obviously it's I find it similar. It kind of gives me that kind of ticklishness of the music side, but it's obviously a different version, a different approach, I guess you could say. So what has that been like for you, doing your show and getting into that kind of world?
I mean, for one, I've always been a fan of the Saturday Night Live skit of the Ladies' Man. And if you're familiar with that, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm a horror character, so it's like this very laid back, tongue in cheek, welcome to my mausoleum kind of thing. And it's like we're just sitting there chit chatting live, and fans can talk to and ask questions and stuff in the comment section. And it's been so super positive. Every guest I've ever had they're like, that was like the coolest experience I've ever had. And then, after I built it up for a couple of years, I'm like, I just have this itch that I would like to do a straight metal show. We're not talking horror. It's just metal. We're talking about the 55 years of it and current metal and metal news. So that's called The Void. And then, obviously the horror barbecue that I do with my pal Aaron Markham, who is a fantastic special effects artist and actor himself.
I was going to say, can you tap him on the shoulder for us?
What's that now?
Can you tap him on the shoulder for us?
No.
Wait, I heard barbecue. When are we having a barbecue?
Well, what the horror barbecue serves, I don't think you're going to want to try.
I want to come.
Is it a Motel Hell situation?
No. Well, yeah, kind of.
Is it a base motel?
I don't know. The reason I named it that is because I wanted it to be, we're not taking it so seriously, but what you're going to get when we review these movies and we're talking about different actors and directors and stuff like that, and the tributes that we do, we do a lot of indie reviews for other directors that say, hey, I caught your review of that film. Hey, could you do mine? Here's a screener. Next thing you know, my inbox is full. And it's become fun, and we have a good time with it. We're serious, but we're funny as hell at the same time.
Yeah, I did see in your bio that you did a little bit of comedy at the same time.
Oh yeah. The funniest one is the goddamn program, which is a Saturday night show in which we do, basically it's like sketch comedy. We're reacting to the crazy screwed up stuff that comes up into your Facebook and Instagram feed, and you're like, why is it there? And
oh my God, yes.
You sound perfect for Amber's Amber has a new show coming up called Who's Up. You would be perfect to come on a Saturday night of Who's Up.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I
so
talk about
Steven-
any and everything. Literally
Oh,
any
trust me, we do
and
too. But it's all
everything.
things.
Oh, there we go.
sensual.
Yeah.
There you go.
See? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Perfect
Nice.
late
Okay.
night conversation if you want to scare some people or just there's people up that gotta be listening, so that would be a good combination there. Sure.
So, Stephen, this will be my second last question to you because I know we got to start wrapping up.
for sure.
I was looking. Well, first thing I want
I
to say is,
also
that
didn't finish her question.
oh, did you? Oh, keep going. Sorry, I thought you were done.
We
No,
keep
no,
going,
no. You're
you
good.
know,
We
like
like I
a
say,
friend.
we defer. So however, we're gonna go.
Okay.
But to answer the
first of all-
second part of your question, Amber, is for actors, go for the gold. If you want to see how you can get into the business, I always recommend two things. If you don't think that you're ready for, or maybe your audition didn't go well with a certain production, look to see if they need extras.
Yeah.
Extra work will get you right into a film automatically. And also crew. There's always somebody that's needed for lights, hold a boom mic, anything to assist the director and the cinematographer and the actors, because they get to know you that way.
Right.
They
Yep.
get to know your personality. And once they see that, especially, everyone's like, oh, I was just an extra. Well, what happens though if you go above and beyond the Call of Duty as an extra and you stand out in front of 30 or 50 people, and suddenly the director goes, hey, can you come back?
They remember you. Yep.
You know what I mean? And the next
Yeah.
thing you know, you're picking up more roles and slowly building a resume, and you have an actor reel.
Right.
And there's no limit, because
Sky's the limit.
I just finished my very first starring role after 5 years of acting yesterday.
Wow.
And I never would have dreamed of that. And this is the first time I've seen my name on a poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
it's huge.
happen. It just doesn't happen like that.
I get text messages from these little things. It's like the Tulsan King. They want people for Tulsan King.
Guess what?
And I was
That's
like,
not bullshit. It's not bullshit. Text them back, because I've gotten them too. It's because if you sign up for it, through the little Facebook thing that constantly comes through, if you're an actor, that's kind of their way of trying to find somebody without doing the whole backstage.
Yeah,
thing.
they'll text me 3 times a day. Hey, I don't know if you got our text message, but we're trying to reach out to you. And I'm like,
well, what I recommend, give it a try.
Yeah. What can it hurt, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's a few roles Amber could do.
Or Indiegogo, Kickstarter, or crowdfunder.
Crowdfunding. Yep.
That's another way to get into film.
Oh, there you go.
yeah, because it said Tulsan King. It's 2 other ones that they keep asking me for, but Tulsa King or whatever it is, they definitely keep asking me repeatedly for the past 4 months.
So there you go. Your answer is don't keep spurning them. Take the bull by the horns.
They need a shit ton of extra. But the crazy part is you'll actually get paid for it.
See?
They have the money.
But I'm scared.
Well,
because so as you see me, right? As you see me, it looks and appears like I'm a normal person, right? Not normal, but
I'm afraid where this is going, but go ahead. I'm with you so far. Go ahead.
Everybody's smile, right? You can tell everybody has the full their mouth, their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my teeth back in years ago. No drug related. It was health related to Lyme disease and to gum disease. So they had to remove them. So I'd be like, I don't know, I'm scared. And when I first started doing podcasts, I didn't show my face. So when I started showing my face, I started feeling more confident with myself. Because all these years I've been just walking around and I'm like, I don't need them. I hung out with Bone Thugs and Harmony on tour a couple of times, and they were like, take some shits out.
See?
They're like, take some shits out. You don't look right with them in. You look better without them. And I'm like, oh.
It's hard. You
So
get it.
like to be on a screen, if I was to be put in a role, I'll be like, oh my god, what are they gonna have me do?
I just screened a film that's doing very well a couple days back, and their lead actress didn't have any chompers either.
Oh,
See?
If you got the talent, you got it. You know what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
got a personality like crazy.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That is
Yep.
what directors are looking for. They're looking for low drama, first and foremost, and dependable actors. So
Okay.
don't let it stop you.
Well, I mean, I'm very dependable. I come in even when I'm sick on podcast. I come in
Yeah.
while I'm in the shower.
Well, you've seen the Tulsa King show, right?
I've seen the first episode.
Ooh,
I
okay.
liked it.
So you definitely need to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because it literally has all different types of characters. It's not just mafia guys, it's country folk, a lot.
Yeah,
of
my
different-
stepdad Vince, he loves it. Like
It's
he was
great.
telling
It's
me,
a
he was
great
like,
show.
you need to try it. You need to watch this. I'm like,
You should.
okay.
Well, you
Honestly,
know-
I think it's the best work Stallone's done in years.
There you go. Well, you
to
know,
be
and it's
perfectly honest.
it's inspiring too, because I think I might have shared. I don't know if we shared in the meeting. I shared with these guys. I had this kind of small idea. I'm starting to tread into the voice acting world here
Oh,
because
nice.
I've had people say since I've done the podcast, oh, you have a good voice for that. You know, maybe do a little more. So I've gotten into some groups, talking to people like. But the same thing, even though it's not on screen, it's nerve wracking. But I'm like, you know what? It might be fun, and maybe I don't know. I'm sure I could do something. There's got to be some type of roles out there that maybe I think I'm just too critical of myself. I guess being a musician too, you know, and I'm also a perfectionist, so I'm always critiquing
I
myself.
would listen to you as a commercial.
Well, you know, I appreciate. Yeah, that's what people say. Like, you have a good I could do like infomercials. You know, I did that a lot of that times here. We do that, so I'm like, you know what? Why not try it? Because I mean, again, you're never too old to try, right? So.
Never.
You know, and what have I got to lose at this point? I mean, I want to pursue I'm one of the things I really want to try because you don't want to sit on the sidelines forever. I mean, I think people a lot of times get too afraid to try it. So but just hearing you share that, I'm like, you know, it reassures on my end. I'm like, yeah, I really do I want to push too. I can look out there and really just put myself out there in a manner of speaking. But it's just really invigorating to hear that. So we should really appreciate that because that's just a great boost there.
I mean, for real. Because I mean, I got into creature acting first. I thought that's all I was ever going to do until, you know, people heard me speak for the first time.
Mhm.
And then I've been doing speaking roles ever since. And it actually led me out of horror. The film I just finished is an action comedy.
Right.
along the lines of like buddy cop films from the past. You know, Rush Hour and 48 hours.
48 hours, yep.
And of course, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yep.
So, and then I did a spaghetti western too, which everyone was like, you did what?
What now? Hey.
And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be pigeonholed as an actor. I want to be able to step into anything I want to try.
Exactly. Same thing like music. Like you said, you want to be universal. So if you and that's kind of telling myself too, like from the music side, like I was the same way. Like I don't want to limit myself to one genre because you don't have as many opportunities. We could be honest there. Like if the more you can do, the more better chances you have. So same things kind of transition over. So that makes a lot of sense.
I was gonna say,
that's like I wanted to do Who's Up so that way, you know, I can get a little bit of genres everywhere and touch every subject because mental health, I want to touch domestic violence. I want to touch kids with autism. I want to touch all of that. Kids with ADHD.
Yeah.
Just day-to-day trucker. I don't care. Howard Stern. I want to touch it all.
Yeah.
I've actually been referred to as the Howard Stern of the internet.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
They keep trying to censor me.
Well, you know what? Hey, you gotta be yourself. Go out there.
I'm the female version.
I'm just one of those that I just don't care. I don't give two fucks of any kind. I don't.
But that's the thing. Like
when we talk about, my fans love it.
They have
a good time. They're not out at the bar. They're not in an alley somewhere, shooting up or whatever. They're sitting at home, putting me on their TV and having a good time with us.
Exactly. And the thing is, people,
there's no more better payoff than that.
No, you got to be out. And that's the thing. Like, I think that's not to get too in depth with it, just to touch on it. But like, I think that's the issue with our society is we're so restrictive with so many things. And, heaven forbid you offend one person,
Oh, yes.
it causes a huge deal. I love what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to do it right, just offend everybody, right? Get it out of the way. I mean, but that's the whole growing curve of, we always tell the younger generation, speak your mind. If you don't speak your mind, how are you going to go places? Like, how are you going to get your voices heard, get the message out? So I think that's really good for us to hear. Obviously, these are we each have our own hiccups and hurdles that we're trying to overcome. So, that's kind of why we're doing sort of these types of things, featuring folks like yourselves and others, and why we're trying to really help the community grow. And we really are becoming a part of that because, such a great group of guys, you guys are, and just, it's really kind of taking that on where, we just want to be supportive of each other. Like kind of we're doing now, obviously giving you some exposure. We're talking, we're promoting, doing this stuff, but it's the succession plan of we can all succeed together. We don't have to always be at each other's throats. Yeah, exactly.
And I've always said from like day one, with the people that have supported any of my films, any of my shows, it's like if I rise, we all do.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten actor roles for other people that, work on some of the shows with me, and everyone's been able to kind of branch out, and that just makes me feel wonderful. Because at the end of the day, I'm just this guy,
Right. Yeah.
That looks like a half-dead whore on Thursday through Saturday.
Everyone's got to have a hobby, though. So,
And I always tell my fans, when I say I love you, I mean that.
Right.
Because you keep coming back
for some reason. Yeah.
And I feel like I've done my job if I put a smile on your face, if I made you laugh, spit
100%.
Up, anything like that. If you enjoy what we're talking about and you got a rush from it, and I've said it at every convention I've been at in the last 5 years. I'm like, if one person likes what I do, I feel wonderful.
100%, 110%. I agree with that.
I wanted to look at your films you have coming up because I was looking at your curriculum vitae there on IMDb.
Yeah.
And two of the films that you are either in post-production or filming, we've interviewed a couple of them. You're in Redhead 2 with Jonna Hodges.
Yep, I do some of the demonic voice in that.
Yeah, she's fantastic. We love her a lot. She's been a huge support here for us too. She's fantastic.
She is absolutely a spark.
Oh, she's awesome. We hung out at CrypticCon a couple years back.
Yeah,
really.
And the other one you're in is The Forsaken Few, which
that's recent.
Jackie Amira.
Yeah, we love Jackie. She's great.
She's phenomenal as well.
Yep.
What can you tell me about the experiences of working in those types of films?
Yeah.
Well, The Forsaken Few hasn't started filming yet. As I understand
October?
I think it's next month.
Next month, I think Jackie said. Yeah, they start. Yeah,
they start filming next month.
Yep.
With the Redhead 2, it was just really cool. We had a really good conversation. I was at CreepyCon. I had my own table. And we were talking about it, and they're like, man, we would love to have you do we don't have any roles, but you could do the voice of the damned. And I said, sign me up.
Don't have to twist my arm. Yeah.
I was like, I'll get my death metal voice on and we're good to go.
There you go.
I'll give you my last question. Fun. I know we've been on a while, so I'll give you my last one. But before I do, if you do a heavy metal show, I want you to talk with the Canadian bands Helix and Anvil. I want you to get conversations about those two.
That would be really cool, especially Anvil. They're celebrated.
I saw them in a club with about 50 people. But my final question I give everybody: if you could go into the pantheon history of horror, what role would you portray and why?
Man, that's a
Good question.
toughie.
And that's movies, TV. That's movies, TV. Go back
Maybe any
generations
genre.
now. This is way
If
back.
you want to be Alf, go ahead. Whatever.
Sure.
There's two. That I would definitely wish that I could have done. And one of those is to be Herman Munster.
Oh, yeah.
Herman Munster to me, because I was born in 76. So as I was, becoming, Little Reaper, I watched all the old school black and white, everything.
Yeah.
And the Munsters was one of my personal favorites. As a matter of fact, it was Frankenstein that inspired me to want to do creature acting in the first place. So
Okay.
I saw Karloff. I was like, yes. And I kind of identify it and relate to that character so much because I feel there are several layers to me, as he was made up of several people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that Herman could make you laugh and scare you at the same time.
Sure.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. That would be very cool.
Unfortunately for me, the show I watched all the time was Leave It to Beaver. It ain't that scary.
I saw it too.
It could be depending on the show. I mean, it's not the same as the Munsters, but yeah, Fred Gwynn was obviously a legend.
The Antichrist of Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah,
you could be Eddie Haskell. That's what your role would be.
If Eddie went wrong, kind of thing.
Eddie Haskell. That would.
What happens if he went the wrong way? He grew up and went the wrong direction, kind of. No.
I could see you. I could see you in the role of Cheech Marin in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, geez. Well, I don't know what I can say and what I can't say, so I won't say his famous line in that film.
We got you. No, we got you. Yeah. We get enough said.
I got enough tap for you. Step right on up. I'll take care of you.
I don't even know if we can say the name of the bar.
Oh no, I probably couldn't even say that.
No.
But my other role, since it's a two-parter, would be Giles in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think he just died recently too, if I saw it correctly.
We did a tribute for him the same week that he passed away.
Man, all these legends are just dropping off. It's sad, yeah.
And he was young. Man.
It was
he was only like 71 years old.
Man, it's not. Yeah, it's tragic. A lot of these great. They're just not. I don't know if it's something in the water now, something going on. They're just between the rock legends and the everybody's dropping these last couple of years.
I want you to revive Pumpkinhead.
We have Mel Brooks at 100
years old doing Spaceballs 2.
Spaceballs 2, exactly. So
how old is Dick Van Dyke?
He's 100. He just turned 100. Yeah, he's still going.
But I think, Steven, you can renew Pumpkinhead.
That's actually one of my favorites as well, which introduced me to the great Lance Henriksen.
Crazy criminal, yeah. I mean,
my actual favorite role he did was in the film The Horror Show.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With Max.
So you didn't go with the obvious Alien.
Nope.
Well, we can't all be copycat. I mean, come on, someone's
exactly. To me, that's herd mentality, and I'm not about that. I look for what strikes me, and a lot of times it's stuff that people have never heard of, and then I tell them about it, and they're like, "Oh, this is really good," especially like foreign language horror.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that are like, "Nope, I'm not reading subtitles." I'm like, "Come on." Just give it a try.
Just try it, yeah.
My favorite horror film this century is Martyrs.
Okay.
And that's French.
I like that.
Right?
Hereditary, I think, was the most the best psychological head screw of a horror movie.
Yep. Fair point.
My favorite one is Sit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
It's been done. Obviously the original was in the 70s, and that's what kicked off. I mean, it was like outrageous to people. And
I've seen them all. And when I say I want to recreate
But
the
if you can get
cabin
through
scene. The cabin scene.
if you can get through the
For
first half
me?
hour,
For me, I can't watch that stuff. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I mean, I didn't want to at first until I watched it, and then once I watched it, I was like, "Oh, I gotta keep watching this. I gotta watch
Well,
it again
yeah,
and again and
because
again."
first they shatter your heart into unimaginable pieces,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
then you catch your breath at the end because it's great revenge. But for me though, I mean, I can see somebody's guts get ripped out. I can see heads chopped off, arms.
No big deal.
Name it. No big deal. But the moment they go there, I'm like, I'm out.
I'm done.
I can't do it.
Yep. Nope. When she put the pencil to his mouth, right?
Oh no,
or-
that was cool. I'm
Yeah, I
talking
was
about
like,
that
"Oh."
earlier in the film.
when they have their little bathtub fun and slice.
Yeah, that's great. I
See?
enjoy that.
Well,
I
I can
just-
say
would
this
rather
for sure.
Be implied than actually visually see it.
Yep.
That's fair. Well, I'll say this in case I'm just going to throw this. We'll call this a shameless plug. We have to do at least one. If you
Yeah.
have any projects, you need some extras, you need some, voice people, you need some, wink, wink, whatever.
A lot of movies are shot in Toronto.
Yeah, we can all we can reach out. Don't be shy. We don't
It's
have a
being
high asking
shot
price.
in Omaha, Nebraska.
We can
So
go there too. I mean, it's
a
fine.
lot
But just
easier than going to Canada.
that's true.
Uh-huh.
But keep
Well,
us in mind.
As a matter of fact,
If I'm not in front of the camera, I can be a grip.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Go ahead.
our Kickstarter kicks off on
Ooh.
July the 1st. So we are literally 11
Days away.
We are 11 days away, and there are so many ways. I'm telling you, I've promoted so many different crowdfunding campaigns for films that I've been in. I have made sure that every perk somehow gets you to be part of this film in some way or fashion.
Okay.
So definitely follow that. It's on
Yeah.
The Contract Movie.
Okay.
And I seriously, I would love to have you on this journey with us. It's not my
Yeah, for sure.
horror film, and I cannot stress that enough. And don't forget, Scream Queen legend herself, Brink Stevens, is
Brink
in it,
Stevens.
as well as House of a Thousand Corpses, Robert Mukes. Is also
nice.
in the film. So, I think
The thing is,
that the audience is definitely going to be pleasantly surprised with this one.
Well, we absolutely would love to be on this journey. Again, send us anything we can help you. We can promote.
Sure.
We can plug it. We can put it out there. We're obviously, this probably goes without saying, we're gonna have you come back as long as you don't get tired of us. You want to come back?
Oh no, I don't ever get
right,
tired.
next time you come back, you definitely got to have your face full of makeup.
Oh,
wanna
you got to go full. Yeah,
I want to
she
see
wants-
it. I want to see it.
I want your
Okay.
And I
big dog.
noticed today we're not in the background with all the stuff in the horror in the background. Bring it
And the other
back.
thing- The other thing, Stephen, is now you have to have us on yours. That's
Oh, I
Yep.
mean, you know what? I do that all the time. There's been a lot of interviews that I've done for other films, and I'm like, yeah, if you guys want to come on the underground, let's have some fun.
We'd love
You know
to
what I'm saying?
anytime. Yeah, whenever we
So,
can jump
yeah,
on,
I'm
let us know.
totally down for that. You can
Okay.
catch me in my Reaper mode.
Oh, would love it. Listen, we are
I'm so
very
for it.
flexible. Yeah, with collabs and stuff. I mean,
I want to see you with your Arthur Brown fire hat.
What?
well,
Tracy Ward and Arthur Brown.
he
fire? I
asks
wanna
a
see-
lot. He does. So, I mean,
didn't ask for the face full of makeup. You're asking for the costume.
he went for the costume.
gonna
That's
say,
crossing
I'll
the line,
just-
Bill. That's too much.
I will just morph into my character. I can do that.
We'll just say this: if one of us has to get killed off, we know who's getting killed off first.
Nah.
Because-
Jace.
No, you're the one asking all the favors. You get to go first, buddy. Survivor Island dictates we vote. I'm voting for you. So
I'm the guy. I'm the guy in the slasher movie that's the douchebag that always gets killed first.
Oh, no.
exactly.
That's horrible.
Exactly.
It kind of got to the point at conventions where if I don't show up in the makeup, people don't recognize me. So I started doing
Wow.
one day with and
Without.
one day without, because I want them to be like, oh, they see me in the movie. They're like, well, where's Reaper at? Guess what? I have
That's
regular.
okay.
I'm
flags.
right here. I'm real. You know.
I'll give you the blunt, honest truth today. It took me a minute to recognize you. If I didn't look at your beard and your tattoos and your rings,
That's
I
the
wouldn't
only.
have remembered. That's the only way I can remember because your background was not the same this time.
I'm
Yeah.
in a hotel because I was just filming. So
Okay.
He's living the
So
rock star
that's
still
why
lifestyle.
it's different.
I'm on the road a lot.
Hey.
So it's just one of those times where it's like, yeah, this is where we had to do it.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay,
fine.
I'm
We
on,
really.
I'm on the go all the time too. It's either vacations, camping,
At least it's a
taking
of
the kids
a,
down to the falls.
coaster.
I like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
got a
I
nice
like the roller
ambiance there
coaster.
behind you.
It
Yeah, for
reminds
sure.
me of Final Destination 4.
You
Hey.
know,
We don't speak of
Every time I-
Final Destination because I'm scared of
Dragon
semi
Ball,
trucks.
I get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, right.
And I enjoyed the last Final Destination.
It was
Final
fantastic.
Destination. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Brilliant
Yeah.
marketing as well.
Right, for sure. That's what makes it count, right?
They
My
literally
phone's at
stuck
4%.
their poster on the side of a logging truck.
Yeah, who-
and it
who
was
drives
going up and down
behind-
the highways.
That's what I'm
Doesn't it
afraid
make
of. I'm afraid of being by a semi with logs. I'm so afraid to be
That
behind them.
chain's gonna
I
snap
really
and they're
am.
gonna roll.
Yep, I'm afraid. So every time I see one of them, I haul ass away from them.
Yeah. There you go.
And I got an excursion. The excursions are big, okay?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well,
So when
I
I
gotta
tell you
say,
I got a haul ass, I got a haul ass.
yeah, right. Well, I gotta say, this has been really great, Stephen. We're glad you could come on. Obviously, again, we're gonna have you come back. We will obviously be gladly to come on and join you again as much as you want. We have plenty of things we can do. That I mean, everybody else. We have a couple people want to expand on some other shows. We have anything else that you want to do with us? We do plenty of stuff if you're open to it. Like we have a plethora of.
That sounded dirty.
What? Listen,
It's only HR bill.
yeah, you're grounded for a month, so forget that allowance. You get nothing.
He gets
I mean,
right out.
we're gonna. You know what? When he gets dressed up as Reaper, you are going first, and we're gonna shove you through that door and lock you alone in the room with him, and then. You can do, when you're in character, Steven, do whatever you like. We don't care how many times he screams. We're not running in. So,
oh man, especially when you see "Rotten to the Core" by Kevin Jensarowski coming out in a couple of months, you get to see my serial killer side.
Ooh.
I'm ready for
Well,
it.
if I'm gonna die, I want it to be glorious. Blood all over.
Oh, it'll
blood
be
everywhere.
glorious, all right. I tend to.
No,
rip
that's
out a
it. You're
lot of
going to
different
HR
things with
too.
my hands.
Yes. This is
You
great.
can join me in the HR panel. That's what you can.
Nice.
He's gonna live in that basement for sure. But
Man.
no,
But yeah,
this
No, I'm
this-
open to it. I believe
Wonderful.
in community.
Yeah.
Especially, independent creatives. I think if we stop caring about am I popular, who's popular, who's not popular, and
Right.
just be like, hey, let's support each other because I mean there's definitely enough of the world around, on the internet that I feel like we all have a place.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And most of the time it's more entertaining than TV anyway.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to be honest, I mean, I don't know. We think we're pretty funny, but, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to be subjective, but,
But
I'm
I'll be
hilarious in my own way.
honest. I'll be honest with you, Stephen. I don't watch any formulaic TV.
I don't either.
And to me, the news is the biggest, scariest thing out there.
Exactly. And I
So-
don't watch that either. So.
I don't want no.
I get so I worked for Red Cross, so I get all the little details that come through for Red Cross. And when I
sure.
tell you, it be scary. It be scary. Shut up. And I went. Sorry.
Her alter ego.
Mother, yeah, it slips
There's
out.
that
Yep.
borderline personality. The borderline personality. Is right
She's
there.
talking to Bill, but no, I'm kidding. No.
So I went to the Hurricane Bureau in Texas, and when I tell you, I was in the eye of it, and I'm little. Okay, I'm only 5'4", and I'm little. So I'm driving a MRT truck
Them things are hard to drive when you can't see
Oh, sure.
nothing but red lights during
Yeah.
a hurricane. It's my first hurricane ever. So I'm scared. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm on the phone with my mom and everybody. I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I love you so much, but I'm
You were on the phone as you were driving towards the
Yeah.
highway.
Isn't that an interesting turn of events? Yeah, I mean, that's just
I mean,
screams.
You're lucky you didn't crash.
Headphones.
How many
I
times
had
have we seen this
headphones.
movie before with that ending? You know how this is gonna go.
No,
Like, I mean,
I had headphones. I had
As-
headphones.
Okay, it was
As you were
oh,
hearing the-
okay,
as you were
hands-free,
hearing
talk to
Madonna,
text.
Madonna's going
Hands-free.
in.
I'm
No
sitting here-
music.
You got to
I
start
was
with
just
that. You can't
paranoid.
come back later. You got to start with that stuff, Amber. I mean, come on. You're
No,
scaring the
I can't start
bejesus
with
out of
that.
us here.
You may have given
Well,
me
I'm
an
all
idea
over the
for-
road.
I already got gray. I don't need any more. Come on,
Okay, no, no.
man.
You
What-
too,
what
that's
you've
why I
done
keep
is-
dyeing my hair. What you mean?
Exactly.
What you've
Well,
done
let's
is
start
given-
dyeing mine.
You've given Steven inspiration for a movie scene. That's
Exactly.
See, now
I'll
don't
be in the movie
oversell us.
for
I
you.
think he likes us enough. Let's not oversell it now. I mean,
I'll be in the movie for you. I'll play the part.
as I said, don't
I'm a
oversell
crazy
it. You know,
driver.
We'll call
Yeah.
it the cell phone murders.
I'm a
Yeah.
crazy safe driver.
we knew her when she pulled herself. Oh, yep, she's a goner. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Oh man, one last call.
There you go. There you
My
go.
phone is going to die on you guys. It's
No,
at
we're gonna
2%.
drop it here. But
Okay.
again, real pleasure for you to be here, Steven. Again, share
Thank
everything
you.
we can. We're gonna promote as much as we can there. We'll obviously be in touch with
Absolutely.
you. We'd love to do some more stuff. We want to do more work and everything. Obviously, you know, we're always available, open for really anything. So, any which way we can be of help and vice versa, anything like that.
We'll get a chat with all the creatives going so you can interact.
Yeah, we are gonna put that together. We want to kind of connect all you guys into one big chat, so you can obviously. I know you know some people, but you might meet new people. We want to try to bring everybody, full circle together and really make this a big fraternity, I guess, if you want to call it that, for manner of speaking. But yeah, and for you guys watching this, whether you watched it live or catching the rebroadcast, check it out. A lot of great projects there. We'll have Steven come back. You're going to obviously update more stuff.
If there's complaints, it's stevelivengood@gmail.com.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to go to Taskmaster Bill. I got a generic email. I'm going to start posting online. Any hate comments, go right here. Toronto, Canada, up that way. If they mail you a bomb in the mail, just saying. That'd be purely
Don't send me
coincidental,
hate
by the
mail.
way.
Don't send me hate mail. We already
No,
got
you won't get
a
any.
scary
We
mail.
don't warrant it.
Do you want to tell Steven the email you got?
Okay,
that
so
email?
we got an email that said interested.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
So
You can probably
I
guess.
said, hi, this is so-and-so from so-and-so. I was wondering what you were interested in exactly. Well, long and behold, I got a
Manhood pick.
manhood pic in my email, and I said, I do apologize. I don't know if you meant to send that or not. I don't condone that. I didn't want that, but
This
this
is
is not what our show is about.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, I just want to know what you're interested in. And nothing ever. I think he was embarrassed that he accidentally sent it, maybe.
Maybe.
Accidentally.
Or
Maybe.
trolling.
I just maybe.
Listen, twist it this way, though. This is your big claim to fame moment. This is like a trolling moment where, this is when the kooks start coming out and we get the weird. At least they're not sending us body parts in the mail and things like that yet.
Exactly.
We're not that cool.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I just get fan art.
Oh, okay. That's your average run of the mill. Sure.
I'm always happy with that.
I'd rather have fan art than a sausage.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd rather have fan art than a sausage.
I think we can all agree there that for sure. For sure.
If everybody is interested out there, if you want to check me out at Reapers Underground on Facebook, Black Flame Entertainment, if you want to follow our film, The Contract official movie on Facebook as well. And if you just want to say, hey, come to Steve Livengood on Facebook as well. I am uber approachable. Like, don't worry.
And what are the names
just as
of your
long as you're
podcasts?
not, nuts. Or,
What are the name of your podcasts if people want to hear you?
Well, that's just it. Reapers Underground, Black Flame Entertainment, Facebook pages, and Reapers Underground YouTube channel.
There you go.
So there's 3 different places. We know that They cut all the videos after 30 days on Facebook,
Yeah.
but they're on YouTube forever.
Yep.
So however you prefer to watch.
Yep. And we'll get
definitely
some
go
links.
watch.
You can send us links. We'll share them, anything to help people along. But yeah, check it out. Kind of get a taste of it here. You get more there.
I thought you said you can send us wings. All right. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, we know who
wings.
didn't have their dinner yet, clearly. So
I had dinner literally minutes before this interview.
I ate before.
too.
This is why you got to eat beforehand, William. We've had these conversations before. This is part of the prep work.
Oh, that's about being professional, I guess.
Where's that HR file
I
again? Wait a minute.
I had a cook cook it for me.
Let's see. That's you're up to page 497 for HR complaints. I think that's a new record. Let's see.
Listen, HR is in the building. I'm not listening to his complaints right now. He's fine.
Yeah, but I got to. I'm corporate HR. I got to do all the
That's
paperwork.
okay.
You know,
It comes to me before you.
I still comes to me though. I still got to deal with it. So I mean, you see the files here. You want all the files from the filing cabinet? I'll send them all to you. It might take.
Sure.
Do you know how much the shipping will cost in the weight alone that I'm going to have to ship
That's
all this stuff?
okay.
I'm just
That's
saying.
okay.
There you go. Okay, well, if you're open to it.
We gotta cut Steven
I'll
loose from
reimburse.
the scribble jab.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We got you just so you can get to know us a little bit better. So if you have any change of mind, now's the time. If not, then we're locked in. So speak now, or you're stuck with us. So you know.
All good in the hood.
Hey, all right, awesome. Well, we
Really,
thank
I
you again,
appreciate
Stephen.
you
We
coming.
appreciate it. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. Again, I hope you guys enjoy this. We're gonna chat more. A lot of great stuff. You can check it out. It's been a great pleasure there. Again, we'll just show this as we end it here because you guys want to remember we have some more coming on. Continuing this great series to feature people in this great horror genre, talking about average people like all of us, real life experiences, what they do, why they love it. And we hope you guys are getting something out of this. We are just really, really thankful for what everybody does and I've been so polite and grateful to have along. So we look forward to being on this journey and we hope all of you guys watching at home are as well. And I hope this is a great way to cap in your weekend. We're right in the middle of it, but it's great entertainment as always. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. We love you and appreciate the support there, whether you've been with us for a while or just coming on board. We take all kinds. We're glad to have you. So thank you from all of us. Have a blessed and wonderful Saturday night and a great rest of your weekend. We wish you all well. We look forward to many more great adventures and we appreciate everybody hanging out. So until next time, for all of us here, good night, everybody. Goodbye. And we hope to see you. See you all next time at the show. Toodaloo.
Stay heavy.
Doodly doodly doodly.
Ooh, yeah. Good stuff right there. Good night, everybody. See you next time. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the What's Up Bro show. Catch all the latest live action on your favorite podcast streaming services, including Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. You can also check out episodes on the studio's official YouTube channel. Subscribe and become a member today. Don't forget to also turn on notifications so you'll know when new content is uploaded. Stay tuned and don't miss a single moment. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, we will see you at the show.